Why do we start doubting ourselves after we've gotten clear on what it is we want, what we desire, or what we are working towards? What exactly is this negative inner dialogue after we've made a decision that felt so heart aligned? We feel so inspired by it, and then a few days go by and doubt creeps in. What is this negative inner dialogue? What is self-doubt? It is nothing more than a sign that you are actually in a transitional period. You're being called to a higher level of consciousness to match that clarity, that download you received to embody something new. Hi, Angel. Welcome back to my channel. I'm home for the holidays. I'm with family and in such a beautiful space, and I want to film for you because negative inner dialogue and self-doubt is something that we've all experienced. And I want to help you identify what exactly is this doubt, where it comes from, and why it's actually a good thing. I noticed that when we get clear, you feel this natural high for life. You feel so excited, so passionate, and then a few days go by, maybe a few weeks, and then you slip back into the old identity. This is a loop that we've all been stuck in, let's be honest. Your old identity, who's embodied in logic, limiting beliefs, against your new identity. It's this tug of war happening. And when you experience doubt, that is nothing more than a sign that you're in this transitional season. You are shifting energetically into a new timeline, into a new version of you. If you see me looking down, I've got some notes for you. Negative inner dialogue isn't you. It is an echo of your old frequency, the old identity that you are trying to shed. It is a residual imprint of old patterns, past identities, programs, limiting beliefs, and unhealed traumas. And your ego is what is attached to that old frequency. Your ego is the one that actually creates the self-doubt. It is literally the unconscious identity trying to negotiate your evolution. Anytime that you step into abundance, wealth, new ventures, new beautiful things that your nervous system isn't used to or you have never experienced in general, the ego creeps in through self-doubt and negative inner dialogue to block you from receiving. Your body always likes to stay at homeostasis, what feels normal, what feels comfortable. And self-doubt is just a protective mechanism from the ego. Here's the thing though, the ego or the old frequency can only roll over you if emotion is attached to the self-doubt. Because you can experience a thought. We think thousands of thoughts every day. But what differentiates some thoughts from others is the emotion attached to the thoughts. I want you to think of the emotion as glue. If the doubt, the thought patterns of negativity are fueled with emotion, those two together can cause you to stop your evolution, to stop taking the aligned action necessary. And this negative inner dialogue is almost like a shadow. It's like a shadow that follows you and it grows bigger by the attention you give it, the focus you give it, energetically speaking. If you are observing it and saying yes or saying no to it, the fact that you are giving it attention, you are fueling its growth. It's like the more you try to stop thinking about something, you are feeding it. It is expanding in your frequency, your vibration. And in order to break yourself out of this pattern, this loop of experiencing the negative inner dialogue, the self-doubt, you can't fight it. You have to outgrow it. Now that you understand a new perspective of it through metaphysics, you're going to be able to embody the growth, to separate yourself from it. My goal is to always make you the observer of whatever it is you are experiencing so you can allow it to move through you and out of your vibration. The reason why suddenly out of the blue you start to feel this calling, you feel like your soul is calling you into this new idea, this new business venture, or just a new decision to start something new in your life. It's because your soul is calling you. to deepen your consciousness. You are ready for this new chapter of your life geared towards expansion. And this is when we experience that loop of the back and forth. Our soul feels pulled to something, a new venture, and then the logic kicks in. The human mind of, what are you talking about? I can't just drop everything and quit my job and start something new, start a new business or get a new job. Clarity versus logic, faith versus force. And through that force of the human mind that is trying to stop you from embodying the new level of consciousness, the next chapter of your evolution, that is where the doubt and the ego step in. It's like, hold on, cut it out. You're doing too much. And depending on your personality type, this can push you into analysis paralysis, where you just feel frozen. You feel called, but your logic kicks in like, I can't just stop and go. Or maybe you feel blocked. But here's the hidden truth. When you feel that calling, you may not have the entire plan lined out. You may not know the right steps to take first or what's the order. You may not know the blueprint, and you will never know the blueprint, because the blueprint gets paved for you the moment you decide to take action. Your purpose will always find you through action. Just to share an example with you, in high school, I never knew what I wanted to be. I never knew what my career would be. All I knew was that I loved art, I loved crafty things, and I enjoyed painting. So after high school and after college, I became an artist online. I ran a business, did social media. I have thousands of paintings in homes all across the world still today. I ran a business that was scaling so successfully, and then suddenly I felt called to get online and to start helping people, which was mind-blowing for me, because I was an artist in a successful business, well known for my craft online for maybe 3 years, and then started to feel like my soul was calling me into a whole new business venture to get on YouTube and to help people. And this was so hard for me to grasp, so hard for me to just shift into this new frequency, this new identity, because I was terrified, truthfully. So much doubt crept in of, can I do this? Who's going to listen to me? Am I worthy? Am I qualified to speak on the things that I've overcome? Am I qualified enough to share what has helped me, what has transformed my life, the knowledge that I know? Until eventually I got out of my analysis paralysis and just jumped and took the leap of faith. And here I am today on YouTube as an energetics coach, helping people around the world, changing lives in a whole new way. And even when I go back to the old identity of me in high school, not knowing what it is I wanted to do and not knowing what the blueprint for my life was, I just jumped at the calling of, I love to do art. I'm going to just become an entrepreneur. And even though that career was only mine for a few years, if I did not take that action of just listening to my body, I would not be here today. The business of an artist and everything I've learned prepared me for what I do today. I am now walking in my soul's path. I'm on this journey with God. Truly, I know this is the divine plan of my life. All in all, there is never the perfect plan. There is never going to be the perfect order. Clarity is found naturally through action. I would not change a single thing in my life. Every heartbreak, every trauma I've been through, I would relive it all again, because now I am able to step into my purpose to fully embody the identity that can provide value for you, that can show up for you in this very video. And if you are fearful that you might make the wrong decision if your soul's being called to do something, or the doubt is because you are afraid you will miss out or just lose something that your human mind thinks is valuable, the truth is you will never lose on what is meant for you. It will always come back to you. It will always circle back to find you. Trust. The moment you drop out of the logic and into the body is when you release that stuck energy. That self-doubt is energy that is hanging on. Your body is trying to hold on to everything and it's just getting stuck in here. It's stagnant. When you drop into the body and drop the logic, you allow the energy to transmute, you allow it to flow, and you embody it. You don't suppress it or shove it down because we've been taught to do that. And I want to share with you the analogy of your lungs. You cannot breathe in unless you let go of your last breath. Your lungs know this naturally. You are designed to exhale, to let go. And if you don't, you decide to hold on to your last breath, everything you have, your current self, the current beliefs you have, it will kill you. You are never meant to hold on forever because you are born to evolve. Allow the doubts, the negative inner dialogue to dissolve by giving yourself permission to experience new. What I wrote down here in my notes is self-doubt is identity preservation. The ego is who you believe yourself to be, everything you identify yourself as. And self-doubt is experienced when anything new comes along to threaten who I believe myself to be. The ego says, look, I don't know how to embrace this new identity or this new version of you that we are trying to become. So I'm going to give you self-doubt because I only know what is safe in the current wealth container we have. What is safe is what our nervous system is already used to. So here's some self-doubt and I'm going to pull you back to what we know. It's exactly how the nervous system works. When anytime that you receive something that you're not used to, your body rejects it because you don't feel safe. It's exactly why people procrastinate, why people start and stop projects and just never finish anything. Because our nervous system will not allow us to fully embrace and embody the change. And what I find to be absolutely incredible, recently science has discovered that your heart and brain have their own completely different neurological systems, meaning your heart has its own circuitry that is separate from your brain. The heart can process information, hold memories. It can learn and make functional decisions. And it's crazy to think about all of those metaphors throughout history of how the heart and the mind battle against each other. This is why. When you can open your heart and lead with it, you can show your nervous system and your brain that next level you is safe. Next level you, whom 2x's, 3x's her income through her business per month, is safe. This new dream relationship is safe. I wrote down some affirmations that really help you approach the doubt or confusion from a new lens. When you feel the doubt in your journey or your ideas, creations, etc., I am willing to let go of the old and call in the new. I release what no longer fits and welcome in what God has in store for me. I want you to know that the self-doubt, the confusion is just a doorway. And whatever it is that is on your heart, you are meant for. You're being called to it for a reason. You may not know the reason yet. You may not know what the right action or what's order of steps to take yet, but you will find it and discover it by simply taking action. It is safe to step through it. Your heart and feminine energy are uniting to push you through it. Let the logic, your masculine energy, create the structure to unite both energies beautifully. It is the key to limitless wealth, to abundance. Breaking the glass ceiling over your head and continuing to level up is a spiritual act. It is a spiritual process. You can know how to make money, but energetically block it. You could also be someone that manifests money or calls in money effortlessly, but ends up losing it all, blowing it all, because you have to learn how to unite the feminine and masculine energy. I also want to mention, because we're talking about self-doubt, if you notice that you are someone that struggles with making decisions, maybe you rely on others to help you make a decision, maybe you overthink, or you doubt after you make decisions in general. Your energy centers could be blocked, specifically your solar plexus. And your solar plexus is responsible for power, choice, and self-trust energetically within you. And if we have this energy center blocked, we're not able to allow life force energy to flow through it properly, therefore impacting your frequency. I dive deeper into the chakras and how to clear the blocks and stagnant energies in my abundance course, because truly it is necessary, especially as an entrepreneur or someone that just wants to have the most abundant life possible. Your life force energy impacts everything. And if there's something in your energy that is off, your frequency cannot fully identify with the next level you that you dream to be, the wealth you aspire to create for yourself and your family. It doesn't matter if you're a day trader, a content creator, if you're a real estate agent, whatever business you're in, because everything is energy. And next level you is a frequency. I'm rambling, but I just get so passionate because truly only you can block you. And that is what Awaken Abundance will do for you. My course is coming soon. If you would like more information on that, you can join my email list down in the description box. My content is nothing more than the doorway for you to allow yourself to step into next level you, to fully embody your birthright, and that is abundance. Give the affirmations a try, because naturally sometimes we get lost in the mental noise. We get lost in our human mind who wants to argue or fight and force through logic because we're human. That's natural. They help remind me that I am guided and divinely protected, and to lead with faith. Okay, my love, I hope you are having a beautiful new year. I hope the holidays have been wonderful for you. I am going to relax with family and enjoy the rest of my nights. It's getting dark. I will see you in the next video.